triumph over me. Oh, my God can do anything. Mother Rosier, and I call you Mother Rosier affectionately, but you're an elder.
Yes.
An elder in every sense of the word, not just by age, but you are an ordained elder in the church.
That's right.
And you're about to have a birthday, and I won't dare say it because I don't want to be caned on camera.
Yeah, okay.
But you're so many years young.
Yeah,
but you were sharing about the prophecy.
Okay.
The word of the Lord to you, and letting the prophet speak, and the importance of hearing a word from the prophet. Would you share that with our Let the Prophet Speak audience?
Yes. In 1980, 1989, 1990, as we was in midday service, and Pastor Vern, she came over, and I was in line for a prophecy, and she gave me a prophecy about my children, and also she gave me a prophecy about myself. And over these years, and I'll say these past years, that the prophecy is coming to pass.
Now, what was that in the 90s? You said?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and they come into pass. When she told me about my children and my children, they have brought themselves up through the word of the Lord. And at one time, I was going through a heavy burden, and she spoke to me about my children. She spoke to me. She said that my end would be better than my beginning. And she told me that in the last day, she said that I would have monies, and it would be like money that was due me, and that's coming to pass. And she said, and at times when I was going through heavy burden, I had 3 children incarcerated at the time. But
At the same time?
At the same time. But I would come to church. I came to church. I came and I did, and I didn't call nobody's shoulder. Nobody knew what I was going through. But then, as one day I was sitting and thinking, and it says, "Let the prophet speak." In the Bible, when the prophet would go and tell the people what God had said, and some would heed someone. So I want them to know that when she tell you something, it's true. You just wait on it. Wait on the answer. And now here I am, a borderline 82, praise the Lord. Got a good
82 years young.
82 years young. And I got a good mind, and my health is 99.9 good. And so I thank God for the word that she encouraged me with down through the years. And I want people to know that when she get on prophecy, she's not just saying things. Wait on it. Wait on it. And it will come to pass. So I just want to thank her and the encouragement, and her and Pastor David encouraged me through school and through my schooling. When I went back and got my education, and then my school, I went back at 62 and got my nurse's license. And I thank
And you
them.
went to seminary.
That's
went back
and
worked on your
my
seminary degree.
seminary, and I
How
got.
old were you then?
I was 69 and 70.
So you're never too old to learn.
No, never.
Absolutely. That is great.
But I think for the encouragement here, one thing, you don't have to come and tell them you're doing, because they will tell you what you are doing and what you're supposed to be doing. Pastor David, I said, I can. He said, oh, yes, you can. And then when we had to speak, I said, I can't. Pastor Brown said, oh, yes, you can. So now I don't know when to shut up. So, but I thank him.
You are a model for senior citizens being refired instead of retiring.
Okay.
And can we just pray for those people that feel like they're too old for a spiritual education, that they're too old to do warfare with their prophecies, that they can use you as a model, they can look at you and see that you're never too old to believe the word of the Lord and to do warfare with your prophecies, and see them come to pass so that their ladder will be greater?
Yes.
Can we just pray?
Yes.
God, I thank you so much. I thank you for this powerful elder. I thank you for placing her in the body, and I thank you for allowing her to be a part of Let the Prophet Speak, to be a visual aid, a living epistle to be read of men, that as even seniors watch this broadcast, they'll feel encouraged, they'll feel empowered, they'll feel enlightened, that they'll go back and look at the prophetic, the rhema words, those words given by the inspiration of God,
Yes.
those that are spoken by the prophet. Lord, I thank you that they'll do warfare with it and they'll prosper with the word that has been spoken. That they'll believe the prophet and they'll prosper by that word, just as she's believed and done warfare. I thank you that they'll see her as a marker, as a sign of this is what the Lord will do in my life as well. And the longevity, the health that she's in. I thank you for the 99 and 99.99% great health as she proclaimed it and explained it. We declare that those that watch this broadcast, that they'll hope again.
Amen.
Those that are in the nursing home, those that are in the hospital, those mothers that have those children incarcerated, that they'll wage war with their prophecies until their children are doing well in life, just as Elder Bruce's children are doing.
Hallelujah.
In Jesus' name,
Hallelujah.
amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Yes.
Abraham waited 25 years for a son. God spoke to Sarah, spoke to Abraham, they would have a son. How long are you willing to wait until the dream becomes reality? Some of us get a bad attitude and stop too quick, stop short of what God was going to do. Had you just waited and waited happy, waited rejoicing, waited moving forward, waiting helping someone else. Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac was born. Isaac waited 20 years for a son. How long have you been waiting on your namesake? Jacob was 78 when his first son was born. Jacob was 77 as a bachelor. How long have you been waiting on a soulmate? Why you need to wait on your soulmate? Because if you rush into it, you'll end up rushing out of it. This connects up with societal changes from the 9 a.m. service on last Sunday. When we're rushing, the reason we have a society where divorce rate is climbing and marriages are on the decline and more people are cohabitating because people are not following the biblical route, biblical journey. Now, this is going to insult some people, but I believe you need to let God pick. Abraham sent his servant to find a wife for Isaac. And the servant was able to be led of the Lord without an audible voice, without an angel, without any of that, to find a wife for Isaac. God can guide you to the right person, the right place. I'm moving past that because you're all trying to shut me down. God can guide you to the right person or away from the wrong person, away from Ishmael and to Isaac. The promise, somebody that will make you happy because they're already happy. So it's about the journey. It's about being happy on the journey. It's about waiting while you're on the journey. And do not make foolish vows. I'm never going to marry again. You know you're not the single type. Because of what is going on now in society, they feel that it's perfectly all right to have samples. Do I need to say anything else? Free samples? Friends with benefits? I saw that movie and heard young people, friends with benefits. I don't agree with that. How am I benefiting from your benefit? But it's not okay with God. On this journey, we need to understand that regardless of what society does, we are Christians, Christ-like. Our lives are supposed to be living epistles to be read of men. Somebody's looking at you. And they decided that this must be the route that we take. In fact, because our tastes change from month to month, from year to year, doesn't it make sense that you need to let God decide? You don't know what you need. But look up. God knows what you need. Have you ever I know because somebody was about to make a dangerous decision and God is circumventing you today. This is a prophetic message for you. Have you ever put information in your navigational system? It told you what to do, and you were out thinking the system, but you didn't know how to get there. If you knew how to get there, you would not have put the destination in your navigational system. Who am I preaching to? Somebody's hand, somebody say yes. You put it in there, and then you said, this don't seem right, and went the other direction. Have you ever done that? I thank you so much. So they won't say she's picking on Pastor Dave. I was going to go there and waited to hear. Yes, ma'am. I don't know how many times we're traveling. I've got to wait because he's going to put the information in. He's going to stalk me. Well, you stop while I'm pumping the gas. You put the address and everything in. I put all of that in, and it says left turn. He said, that don't seem right. No, I'm going to go this direction. And I'm thinking, well, why did we waste all this time putting this in if we're going to do what seems? There's a way that seems right unto man, but the end thereof is death. It seemed right. And we're an hour out of the way. Let me bring it home. God has given clear directives for your life. And at some point, it just don't seem right. And you decide, I'm going in another direction.
God is reigniting your dreams and giving you the tools to aid you in prospering because of your dreams. Dr. Rosier has completed the God of My Dreams workbook and textbook. You can order today. For your donation of any amount, you will receive today's message on CD. For your donation of $50 or more, you will receive a God of My Dream textbook and workbook. For your donation of $75 or more, you will receive the God of My Dreams textbook and workbook, along with the God of My Dreams pocket journal and a God of My Dreams mug. To place your order, contact B.Y. Rosier Ministries staff at 850-769-5442 or email us your request at byrosierministries@gmail.com. You may also place your order securely on PayPal. Thank you for supporting Let the Prophet Speak and helping us reach the nations.
And sharing this one and only life, ending up just another lost and lonely wife. You count up the years and they will be filled with tears. Love only breaks up to start over again. You'll get the babies, but you won't have your man, while he's busy loving every woman that he can.
So why consult the Lord? He tells you what to do, and you tell God how you can't possibly do it. So if I can use some of the terms that young people use, this is not my vocabulary. I'll just throw this out there. Why screw up your life? But think about the things that we're angry about and we blame God about. You did it to yourself. He said, don't, and you said, oh, I'm going to. Simple direction. All Martha had to do was just base her actions on statistics. Well, he never did it for anybody else. It doesn't make any sense. It took me back to the dream that I had that year. I don't want to quote the wrong year. I dreamed that I was in a meeting with Bishop Jakes. And I remember friends of ours, in fact, Anthony and Claudia said they had been in Bishop Jakes' church almost 10 years and had never shook his hand. I met some elders and different individuals that said I've been there for years and never get a chance to talk to him, but my dream that I had in December showed me in a room with him, chatting with him, and that dream stirred me so emotionally that I was just driven. I kept praying about it, kept doing warfare, and heard a voice, just a simple voice on the plane that said, go to Dallas. I responded to the voice. I don't know anybody in Dallas but Bishop Jakes. So I booked the airline ticket because why change? I bought a house based on what he said. I didn't know how I was going to come up with the mortgage every month. I said, I do, because he said he was the right one. I've gotten jobs because of what God said. I've given away money because of what God said. I bought cars because I heard what God said. I mean, I just went down the list. I thought, I just booked the flight. Got off in Atlanta, booked the flight, said I'll come home and preach that Sunday and go back out that Wednesday. Did just that. Flew into Dallas. You all read it. Or if you haven't read it, it's in the book, God of My Dreams. And sitting in that meeting that I didn't know anything about, driven by a dream, had an opportunity to do exactly what I saw in the dream. Talking to Bishop Jake, standing there talking to him, hugging him, telling him about everything that had transpired in my life, asking him about being my mentor. God wanted me to passionately pursue what he wanted for my life. And I'm not the exception, I'm the norm. On this journey, on this course of life, while you're moving along, if you keep seeing yourself, I saw this little commercial, and there was a young lady on the basketball court, and she had a little postie where you write on it, and she jumped up. I think you call that a vertical leap. You have to help me with that, Blue. She jumped up and she hit the backboard, and I thought in the commercial she looked too short to be able to jump up and hit the backboard. And they said anything that you write down, you'll have a tendency to achieve. She wrote it down, and they showed her years later being a professional basketball player and being able to jump and hit the backboard like that. I remember when we had an academy, Isaiah kept seeing himself make a three-pointer, and he kept half court, shooting from half court. And every time he would go to practice, the kids would be upset with Blue. Why you let him shoot from over there and you make us get over there and shoot? Blue was making them get in their lane, get in their zone, causing them to have a dream that made sense. Apparently, he must have seen the potential. I assume there was something he had to have seen. The reason, come help me, Blue. The reason he allowed Isaiah to take that route. Why did you let him keep practicing at half court, shooting from half court?
Well, one reason I know it was a good shooting, he kept shooting it. I used to get upset. He was shooting that more than regular shots. But anyway, I found out we went to a tournament and we was behind. And he had been, practicing so long and was making it. So at that time, I think we was behind with a pointer somewhere and there's like a seconds left. Isaiah got the ball, he shot, I got up, boy, I like, woo! Boy, he ain't run the play or nothing. It went straight in, zam, everybody jumped up and I said, man, why you shooting this? He said, Mr. Blue, I seen myself making it. I said, good, boy, don't listen to your coach all the time. That was a good shot.
And that's a good message in that. He was an excellent coach. We went out 33-0. We won that many games and lost none under Coach Blue. But there is a time that if you keep seeing it and God keeps guiding you in that direction, you have to not allow anybody to turn you away from what you envision, turn you away from the dream. What's a definition? When you look at the definition of vision, a vision is something presented to the mind through other than natural means of sight while awake. Presented to the mind through other means other than natural sight while awake. He kept seeing himself make it. So then when it was crucial and the clock's running down and we had one shot, game tied up, he stood at half court and did what he kept seeing himself do, which caused us to win. At the buzzer. What is it that God keeps showing you that will make you a winner? But you're intimidated, or you're listening to the wrong people. That'll never happen. You're too old. Suzette. How many of you remember Suzette? Yes. Suzette, that was here in our church for a season and sitting in all of the Let the Prophet Speak training and School of the Prophet and sitting in all the services and on her journey, tithing, giving offerings, paying tithe, just being faithful. Said, I had a dream of being a therapist at Martha's Vineyard, on Martha's Vineyard. She kept talking to him about that dream, but every service prior to her mentioning that dream, when she came and joined her church, I I noticed the Lord would give me a word to her about a mate, about marriage. I to her and I said, I sense this. And she would say to me, I want a husband. I want a husband. I want to be married. I want a husband. She was saying what she wanted as much as I was hearing the Lord say, I'm going to give you a mate. And I thought after a while, she's going to say, get out of my face. Send him already. I am tired of waiting. I don't know how many years she was a part of our church. But her dream job, she said, I kept dreaming about it. She said, Pastor Vern, what you think? I said, you know what? Let's test it and see if it's God. Put in an application. Make some phone calls. She made some phone calls, put in an application. They flew her to Martha's Vineyard for an interview and gave her the job. She was able to find out that the dream, the origin of the dream was from God. The dream giver is a dream fulfiller. He caused her to dream about what he wanted to do in her life. And the way to find out whether it's your personal ambition or the will of God, try it. Test it and see if it's God. Suzette went there, and that wasn't the end of it. Where God is taking you, your journey may introduce you to your knight in shining armor, your Renaissance man, as Ruthie phrased it. She ended up at Martha's Vineyard and reconnected with a high school sweetheart that had been married and divorced, and she had been married and divorced. They hadn't contacted each other and hadn't heard from each other in 20, 30, if not longer, years. What somebody would call chance or accident was God. They connected, started talking about their lives. He proposed to her. Next Monday we're flying. She's flying my husband and I into Martha's Vineyard, flying Devon in to sing. We're performing their wedding on the beach and having a formal reception inside because the dream has become a reality. She said, my husband and I can't wait to come back to the church and tell them, don't give up on your dreams. You have to remember who's at the root of your dreams. Who's the genesis? Why does he have you keep thinking about this? Because he wants you to do it.
God is reigniting your dreams and giving you the tools to aid you in prospering because of your dreams. Dr. Rosier has completed the God of My Dreams workbook and textbook. You can order today. For your donation of any amount, you will receive today's message on CD. For your donation of $50 or more, you will receive a God of My Dream textbook and workbook. For your donation of $75 or more, you will receive the God of My Dreams textbook and workbook, along with the God of My Dreams pocket journal and a God of My Dreams mug. To place your order, contact B145 Ministries staff at 850-769-5442 or email us your request at vyroserministries@gmail.com. You may also place your order securely on PayPal. Thank you for supporting Let the Prophet Speak and helping us reach the nations.
Find a way to hurt my pride. You see, if I'm not right, you're not satisfied. I don't know why you won't hurt me so. If you're trying to break my heart, you don't have very far to go. Well, you don't have far to go before the heartaches began. I already feel.
Oh Lord, I want you to help me. I said, oh Lord, I want you to help me. Help me on my journey. Help me on my way. Yeah. Oh Lord, I want you to help me.
While I'm waiting, I want you to help me.
saying, while I'm waiting, I want you to help me. Tell them to help me. Oh, help me on my way. Say, Lord, oh Lord, I want you to help me.
Oh Lord, I want you to help me. Oh Lord, I want you to help me. Oh, help me on my journey. Oh, help me on my way, yeah. Oh Lord, I want you to help me.
Singing while I'm singing, want you to help me.
Oh, I'm singing, want you to help me. Oh, help me on my journey, help me on my way. Oh, Lord, I want you to help me.
Say, Lord, I want you to help me. Choir, help me say, oh Lord, I want you to help me. Anybody need help today?
Help me on my journey.
Come on down now for prayer if you want the Lord.
Oh,